Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Hello, fellow embroiderers and customers. Welcome to the Doghouse. If you're already in an embroidery business, if you're looking to start one, or if you're simply just interested in what goes on behind the scenes, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss a beat. Here we go. The Doghouse. If you're wanting to learn how to hoop a hat on our Ricoma MT 1501 cap driver, stay tuned and I'll show you every step.
45 white on white, that's Rick Ross.
Alright, so I know we're down on the floor, but we get down and dirty in the Doghouse. So I'm going to go over a couple of things that we'll be referencing in this video. That way you guys can follow along and understand what I'm talking about. So this right here is just our hooping station for our hats. It's mounted to one of our desks. It's super simple and at a good height to where we can sit in our chairs and do it. But since I'm on the floor, or since the camera can't really see when I'm in my chair, I got down on the floor for you. So this is what we actually hoop the hat on. This is our cap driver. And this right here is what we're going to be clipping the paper clips to. And you will need 4 paper clips. This size is good, which is like the small. Sometimes I'll use like a medium size and I'll only use 2. But make sure before hooping your hat that they are ready to clip, and that way they're not bent out such as this. That way if they're like this, it's kind of frustrating when you're trying to put a hat on and your clips aren't ready. So just make sure you fold them out and make sure they're ready to pinch so that you can put them on with ease. Also, we have our stabilizer. This is the number one thing that you guys are going to be hearing me reference a lot. Our stabilizer, for any embroidery business, this is necessary. You cannot do embroidery without having stabilizer. And myself starting out, I was like, well, it can be expensive, you know, you can't, we don't have to do it. No, you have to have stabilizer. And what a stabilizer is basically what it's called. It stabilizes your fabric or your product so it doesn't move too much. And that way, this has something else to stitch to it. It just makes it a little easier for the machine to work with ease. This right here is a tearaway backing. So it simply just tears right off of your garment. It's super simple and it rips right off and you have very minimal cleanup. It's just, it makes it a lot easier. I love the tearaway. Might be a little bit more pricey, but I love it because it's so simple. And with as many hats as we do, you can just rip it right off and clean it up and be done. So I'm going to take this. This is what our hat actually hoops onto. I think I mentioned that. But I'm going to clip it right onto our hooping station. And you hear it click. It clicks in. And then to undo it, you push the button and it unclicks. Super simple. So the hat that I am hooping today and the most that we stitch on is a Richardson 112. We love this hat. Our customers love this hat. It is our #1 seller. No kidding. So you take the stabilizer and you slide it right underneath this metal lip right here. I'm doing my stabilizer longer than what you would usually do if you just had to do the front, but because I'm stitching on the side as well, you have to have it's easier to have a longer strip. That way you can just put it on and it's already there and it's staying there because of the way you're gonna hoop the hat, so the side won't move. It's perfect. I love it. It took us a lot of trial and error, and please, let me say that I am in no way a professional. This is just what me and my husband have found super, super easy. And it took a lot of trial and error to figure this stuff out. We figured out that there's not many embroidery businesses or embroidery YouTube channels and vlogs concerning this. And so we've had to do a lot of trial and error, which is why we're here trying to give answers to other people's embroidery questions. We love it. And we hope that we can help somebody. And maybe if we run into a problem, you guys can help us too. If you see that we're doing something wrong, or if we're even making it more difficult for ourselves, please don't hesitate to let us know, because we're still looking for answers for some things too. So I'm going to take my Richardson and I'm going to take the sweatband, and you fold the sweatband out. So you unfold it, and then the same spot that you slipped the stabilizer, you slip the headband in. And that way, that makes sure that your hat isn't going to move when the machine is stitching. Because we've had a lot of times where the hoop or the hat isn't hooped correctly, and it'll slide, and so you'll see the understitch or the underlay, which is the first stitch. Most embroidery designs have an underlay. Some don't, but most hats do, and if they do slide, you will see some of the underlay coming out of the hat, and it just doesn't look clean. You can clean it up. It's not that hard to clean it up, but it just doesn't look clean. You don't want that. Not for your customers. You wouldn't want that for your customers. So you take the hat, and then you simply take this, which is just attached to it, and you take the teeth and stick the teeth right into the crease or the seam of the bill and the stitchable part of the hat. So as you can see, it's right here in between this and this. I'm going to move this down just a little bit so you can see a little bit more. And because I'm stitching, I kind of fold it to the first crease on the side of the waistband. I keep saying waistband. I mean, I keep the sweatband of the hat. And then those prongs that I showed you before with the paper clips, here's the paper clips, and you simply take it and straighten out your hat so that you can stitch on the side with ease. And you clip them straight to that prong right there. So it goes on, and it looks nice, and it'll stitch nice. It looks clean. So the machine, the cleaner you hoop your hat, the nicer our machine is, at least. That's our experience with it. So yeah, that's super simple. And your hat is ready to go onto your machine. And like I said, you can move them out and readjust the clips if you need to. But it's a super simple process, and it's just something that we wanted to show you guys because it's something that we do every day. So I hope that this was helpful or interesting, and if you have any questions, let us know in the comments. We'll be happy to answer them. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that button so you can stay updated. Bye, guys.
Every day I'm hustling.